I need to tell you this while I still can, while I still remember what's real. If you're listening to this, please, just stay until the end. Don't know if anyone will believe me, but I need someone to know what happened. What's still happening. My name is Marcus, I'm 28, and 3 weeks ago I made a decision that I can't undo. I set up a camera to record myself sleeping. That's all. That's all I did. And now I can't sleep without checking the footage. I can't sleep without knowing what I'll see. And the worst part, I can't stop recording. Because if I do, I won't know where it is. It started simple enough. I wasn't sleeping well. Haven't been for months, really. Working from home does that to you. The boundaries blur, you know. You wake up and you're already at work. You finish work and you're still in the same chair, same room, same walls. I'd wake up exhausted like I'd been running all night. My jaw would ache. My sheets would be tangled in ways that didn't make sense. Sometimes I'd find myself on the floor, no memory of how I got there. So I thought, maybe I should see what I'm doing at night. Maybe I'm thrashing around, maybe I have sleep apnea, maybe it's something simple, something fixable. I ordered a night vision camera online. Nothing fancy, just a small one with motion detection and infrared. I set it up on my dresser, angled toward the bed. I remember thinking how stupid it felt, like I was surveilling myself. But I was desperate. I needed answers. First night, I hit record at 11:47 p.m. I remember the time because I checked it twice. Wanted to make sure the camera was working. The little red light blinked at me from across the room. And then I turned off the lamp, and I tried to sleep. When I woke up, the first thing I did was check the footage. 6 hours and 13 minutes. I fast-forwarded through most of it. Me lying there, rolling over, pulling the blanket up, normal, boring. Exactly what I expected. I almost deleted it. But then around 3:18 a.m. I paused. Because I saw movement, not me. I was still, completely still on my back, one arm over my eyes. But in the corner of the frame, near the bedroom door, something shifted. Just a shadow. A change in the darkness. I rewound it, watched again. It was so subtle, like the air itself had moved. I told myself it was nothing, a trick of the compression, the camera adjusting to low light. I told myself a lot of things that morning. If you're still watching this, if you've ever felt like something was off in your own home, leave a comment, please. I need to know I'm not the only one. I recorded again the next night. Same setup, same angle. This time I watched the footage in the morning with coffee, trying to be objective, trying to be the rational person I've always been. For the first 2 hours, nothing. Then at 1:56 a.m., I saw it again, the shadow near the door. But this time it was closer, maybe a foot closer to the bed. It stayed there longer, almost 11 seconds. I could see it in the frame, just this darker patch of black against the already dark room. It didn't move. It just existed, and then it was gone. Not like it walked away, just gone, frame to frame. There one moment, absent the next. I didn't sleep the third night. I stayed up watching the camera feed in real time on my laptop. I sat in bed with the screen glowing in my lap, watching the empty room through the lens. Nothing happened. For 6 hours I watched myself sit there like an idiot, staring at a screen showing me staring at a screen. When the sun came up, I felt ridiculous, paranoid. I thought maybe I should stop, delete the footage, forget the whole thing. But I didn't, because part of me needed to know. Part of me had already seen too much to turn away. Night 4. I set the camera up again, but this time I added a second one. Old webcam I hadn't used in years, positioned on the opposite side of the room. 2 angles, more coverage. If something was there, I'd see it. I took a sleep aid that night, just a mild one, over the counter. I needed real sleep. I needed to not think about shadows and empty doorways. I swallowed the pill at midnight and I was out within 20 minutes. When I woke up, it was 9 a.m. I'd slept for 9 hours. I actually felt rested. I made breakfast before I checked the cameras. Wanted to prove to myself that I was in control, that this wasn't consuming me. The first camera showed the same thing. The shadow, 2:34 a.m. this time. Closer again. Now it was maybe 3 feet from the foot of the bed, and it was taller than I'd realized. It reached almost to the ceiling, but it had no shape, no edges. just this presence of darkness that was denser than the rest. I switched to the second camera, the webcam footage. My hands were shaking. I don't know why. I hadn't even seen anything yet, but my body knew. My body was already afraid. The second angle showed my face. I was asleep, mouth slightly open, completely still. Peaceful, almost. And then at 2:34 a.m., I watched my eyes open. Not like waking up, not groggy or confused. They just opened out wide, staring straight ahead, staring at where the shadow was. And I didn't move. I didn't blink. For 11 seconds I just stared at nothing. At least, nothing I could see with my own eyes. And then my eyes closed again, and I rolled over, and I kept sleeping. Don't remember that. I don't remember waking up. I don't remember seeing anything. But the video doesn't lie, does it? Drop a like if your chest feels tight right now, because mine hasn't stopped hurting since I saw that. I tried to tell myself it was a sleep disorder. Parasomnia, eyes opening during REM sleep. It's a thing, I looked it up. The body does strange things. The brain misfires. It doesn't mean anything, but I couldn't explain the shadow. I couldn't explain why it kept getting closer. So I did what any rational person would do. I set up more cameras. For total, every angle of my bedroom covered. If something was there, I'd have proof. Real, undeniable proof. And then I could, what? Show someone. Call someone. Who do you call when something is in your room that only exists on camera? Night 5. For cameras. All recording. I didn't take a sleep aid this time. I wanted to be aware. I wanted to be ready. I lay in bed with my eyes closed, trying to breathe slowly, trying to trick my body into sleep. Every sound felt amplified. The hum of the refrigerator 2 rooms away. The settling of the house. My own heartbeat. I don't know what time I finally fell asleep, but I know I dreamed. I dreamed I was watching myself sleep. I dreamed I was the camera, and in the dream I could see it, standing right beside the bed, leaning over me. Its face, God, its face was so close to mine, but I couldn't see features, just the shape of a head, the suggestion of eyes, and it was breathing. I could hear it breathing, slow and wet and wrong. I woke up at 4 a.m. in a panic, covered in sweat, gasping. I grabbed my phone and immediately started scrubbing through the footage. Camera 1, the dresser angle, 2:41 a.m. There, right beside the bed, exactly where it was in my dream, but not leaning over, just standing, motionless, for 43 seconds. I switched to camera 2, same thing. Camera 3, the view from behind the headboard. I could see the back of my own head, and I could see it standing there beside me, taller than I thought, at least 7 feet, and thin to thin. The proportions were wrong. Camera 4, the view from the door. This was the angle that made me drop my phone, because from this angle, I could almost see where its face should be, and it was turned, looking down at me, looking at me sleeping, watching me with something that might have been eyes but looked more like holes, empty spaces where eyes should be. And then at 2:42 a.m. across all 4 cameras simultaneously, it turned slowly, and it looked directly at camera 4, at the camera by the door, like it knew, like it finally realized it was being watched, and it smiled. I don't know how I know that. I couldn't see a mouth, but something changed in its posture, something that felt like a smile, and then it was gone. I haven't slept in my bedroom since then. That was 3 nights ago. I've been sleeping on the couch with all the lights on, but I keep the cameras running. Every night I set them up and I record an empty room, and every morning I check the footage, and it's still there. Every single night 2:41 a.m., right beside where I should be sleeping down waiting. Last night, on the footage, it stood there for 2 minutes and 17 seconds, just waiting, and then it moved. For the first time, it actually moved. It walked out slowly, around the bed, trailing one long, I don't even know what to call them, fingers. They dragged across my blanket. I could see the fabric move. I could see the indent, and then it stopped at the pillow, where my head should have been, and it leaned down close, like it was whispering something, like it was telling my absent body a secret. I don't know what to do. I can't sleep there, but I can't stop recording, because what if I stop and it's still there? What if it's always been there and the camera is the only reason I know? What if everyone has one? What if you have one? standing beside your bed right now, watching you watch this, waiting for you to finally fall asleep. If this feels familiar, if you've ever woken up exhausted for no reason, tell me in the comments. Please, I'm begging you. Last night I tried something different. I recorded the living room, where I've been sleeping on the couch. I know I did it. Morbid curiosity maybe. Or maybe I just needed to confirm. I set up one camera on the bookshelf, pointed at the couch, and I tried to sleep. I couldn't. Lay there for hours staring at the ceiling, listening to every sound. The building settling, pipes ticking, something scratching in the walls. At 2:39 a.m., I heard my phone buzz, a motion detection alert from the living room camera. But I was in the living room, on the couch. I grabbed my phone with shaking hands and opened the app. The live feed showed the couch, showed me lying there, and standing in the archway between the living room and the kitchen. It was there, watching me through the camera, watching me watch it. For the first time, I was seeing it in real time, not on playback. Right now, happening right now. I didn't move. I couldn't. I just stared at my phone screen, at this thing standing 15 feet away from me in the darkness, and I couldn't make myself look up. I couldn't make myself see it with my own eyes, because somehow I knew that if I looked directly at it, if I acknowledged it without the barrier of the camera, something would change, some rule would break. So I just watched the screen, and it just stood there. We stayed like that for, I don't know. Time felt wrong, stretched out. Eventually, I must have fallen asleep, or passed out, because I woke up at dawn with my phone dead on my chest. Camera had stopped recording at 2:47 a.m. 8 minutes of footage. When I played it back in the morning light, my hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. For 8 minutes, it stood there watching me, and then at 2:46 a.m., it started walking toward the couch. Toward me, slow steps. One foot in front of the other, dot closer, dot closer. I could see more details now. It had arms, but they hung wrong, bent at angles that didn't match human joints. Its head was too long. Its legs moved smoothly but seemed to glitch almost, like frames were missing, like reality couldn't quite render it properly. At 2 hours 46 minutes and 34 seconds, it reached the couch. It stood right over me, looking down, and then it did something that made me drop the phone again. It crouched out slowly, joints bending backwards, until its face was inches from mine. And then, frame by frame, I watched it open its mouth, wider than should be possible, wider than anything should open. And I saw darkness, not just shadow, pure, absolute darkness inside, like looking into nothing, like looking into the absence of everything. And then, at 2 hours 47 minutes and 2 seconds, the camera stopped. Battery died, or corrupted. Or, I don't know, but I remember now. I remember waking up at 2:47. I remember the taste in my mouth, bitter, chemical, wrong. I remember my throat hurting. I remember feeling like I'd been screaming, but no sound had come out. And I remember a voice, not spoken, not heard, but present in my head, in my thoughts, saying, I see you now. Subscribe, because I don't think this story is finished. I don't think it can finish. It's 2:38 a.m. right now as I'm recording this. I'm in my car. I've been sitting in a parking garage 3 miles from my apartment for the past 4 hours. I brought one camera with me, not just one. The dresser camera. The first one. I have it set up on my dashboard, pointed at the back seat. I need to know if it followed me. I need to know if leaving was enough. In 2 minutes, I'll find out. I'll check the feed. I'll see if the back seat is empty, or if there's something sitting there in the darkness. Something that's been there the whole time, waiting for me to turn around, waiting for me to look. You're still listening. Thank you. Thank you for staying. I don't know what's about to happen, but if you never hear from me again, if this is the last thing I ever post, just know that it was real. All of it. And if you've been feeling watched lately, if you've been waking up tired, if your home doesn't feel quite right anymore, maybe you should set up a camera. Maybe you should see what's there when you're not looking. Or maybe you shouldn't. Maybe some things are better left unseen. Maybe the only reason it noticed me was because I noticed it first. It's 2:41 a.m. now. My phone just buzzed. Motion detection alert from the camera on my dashboard, pointed at the back seat. I haven't looked yet. back seat. It's standing outside the car, right outside my window, looking in, looking at me. And this time I can see it without the camera. This time it's smiling at me, really smiling. It's reaching for the door handle. The handle is moving. The footage cuts there. The timestamp reads 2 hours 41 minutes and 58 seconds AM. The last frame shows a hand, my hand, reaching up, reaching towards something, and behind me through the rear window, visible just barely in the edge of the frame, dozens of them standing in the parking garage, all watching, all waiting, all smiling. I uploaded this footage 12 hours ago. I scheduled it to post tonight. If you're seeing this, it means I didn't stop it. It means I either couldn't or I'm not here anymore to stop it. My apartment is empty now. The cameras are still recording, all 4 of them, running 24 hours a day, filling up hard drives with footage I'll never watch. And every night at 2:41 AM, if you were to check that footage, you'd see them. All of them, standing around an empty bed, waiting, always waiting, for me to come home, for me to finally stop running, for me to fall asleep one more time. If anyone knows what this is, if anyone has seen them too, please tell me I'm not insane. Tell me this is real. Tell me you see them too. Because I can't keep running. I'm so tired, and it's 2:39 AM again, and they're outside wherever I am. I can feel them, even without the camera. I can feel them watching. I think tonight I'm going to stop looking at the footage. I think tonight I'm going to close my eyes, and whatever happens, happens. Don't set up a camera. Don't look for them, please. If you're lucky, they haven't noticed you yet. If you're lucky, you're still invisible to them. Stay that way. Stay asleep. Stay unaware. Because once you see them, they see you too. And then it never stops. The watching never stops. It's 2:40 AM. They're getting closer. I can hear them breathing now, even without the camera. I can hear them. I'm going to close my eyes now. I'm going to try to sleep one last time. And maybe when I wake up, they'll be gone. Or maybe I won't wake up at all. Either way, at least I'll finally rest. Thank you for listening. Thank you for believing me or not believing me. Either way, you stayed. You heard my warning, and if you take nothing else from this, just remember, some things only exist when you're looking for them, and some things have been looking back at you your whole life. You just never knew to check the footage. Good night or good morning, whichever it is for you right now. Check your corners, check your shadows, and whatever you do, don't record yourself sleeping, trust me. You don't want to know what you'll find. You don't want to see what sees you. It's 2:41 AM. They're here.